May I approach?
Maybe we can pass.
Yeah, sure. It's probably better. Once we get hurt.
Objection. Extra commentary, like I might get hurt if I approach the witness, stopped.
Judge, I would ask you to instruct him to answer the question.
I just answered it.
And I'm not on trial here.
You are on trial.
I'm on trial.
I'm not on trial yet. Thank you.
Were you arrested as a result of this incident?
What? I'm sorry, did you say something? I didn't hear you.
Oh, no.
You mouthed something at me, though. You didn't? Okay.
Hey, what's up guys? Sean Paul Reyes with Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be watching day one of the Fahey trial. Excuse me, technically it's my trial, but we all know that Brian Fahey, the unhinged savage animal, should be the one on trial. But unfortunately I am. Today is day one. It is extremely interesting. Make sure you guys hit the like button and share this video to expose this injustice to the world. Big shout out to Stephen and Taya from the Real News Network, as they were able to get permission to record the proceedings, so I appreciate them for promoting transparency in this case. Make sure you subscribe and have notifications turned on so you don't miss day two of the trial, which is the conclusion of the trial. Make sure you watch to the end. Let's get into it.
Judge, two other quick matters. I note that Mr. Reyes is, as he has in the past, wearing meta glasses. Obviously, there was a request to film the proceedings. There is an individual filming in court now, but Mr. Reyes is not allowed to film. I don't know, I know he's indicated in the past they're prescription glasses. I don't know if he has another pair of prescription glasses that he can bring to court, or two, just simply assure the court that he won't be recording using those meta glasses.
Judge, last time when Mr. State's Attorney Fahey wasn't here, was in this court with these same glasses. They are prescription glasses, and I did not record that proceeding, and I do not plan on recording this one, as I'm not permitted to. It seems there is a camera here as well, so it's unnecessary for me to record. I don't have the court's permission to record. I won't be recording. These are just prescription lenses. Same as last time I wore them, and no videos were taken, Judge.
Thank you.
The court will just note that the court did receive the request from a media provider that was verified through the Connecticut Judicial Branch, and there was no objection raised by either party to the recording of these proceedings. The court did grant that request subject to the limitations that are within the practice book, and will accept Mr. Reyes' representations with respect to the classes.
Thank you, Judge. May I be heard on a procedural matter?
Certainly.
Judge, I ask that the witnesses be sequestered under General Statute Section 54-85A. I have a specific reason, Judge. The state will call multiple officers who were on the scene together, and their written accounts of the central fact in this case already differ. I would ask that the witnesses be sequestered.
I have no objection as long as it works both ways, Judge.
We can proceed when it's ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. State call is Devin Bedard.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear, solemnly sincerely affirm, as the case may be, that the evidence you shall give regarding this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
I swear.
Please state your name, title, and place of employment.
Sergeant Devin Bedard, Groton Town Police Department.
Thank you.
That's it, sir.
Thank you.
May I proceed?
You may.
Thank you. Good morning. By whom do you employ?
The Groton Town Police Department.
What's your current rank?
Patrol Sergeant.
How long have you been a sergeant with Groton Town?
2 years.
And prior to that, how long have you been a police officer with Groton Police Department?
Approximately 9.5 years.
Could you tell the court your background and training after high school as it relates to law enforcement?
Yeah, I attended 6 months at the Connecticut Post Police Academy, along with various other trainings after the fact while on the job.
Okay. I want to draw your attention to July 11th of 2025 at approximately 10:05 that evening. Did you receive a dispatch to go to, well, first of all, were you working that day?
Yes, I was.
And were you in full uniform?
Yes, I was.
And were you driving a Groton marked police vehicle?
Yes, I was.
Did you have occasion to be dispatched to a location within the town of Groton?
Yes.
What was that location?
46 Pendleton Farm Lane.
And what was the nature of the dispatch?
It was a trespassing complaint regarding a off-duty police officer and a First Amendment auditor.
Could you tell the court what you observed when you first arrived on scene?
As soon as I arrived on scene, I observed a LED box truck playing the video on loop.
What was the nature of the video, if you recall?
It was calling for the firing of Sergeant Brian Fahey.
And do you know who lived at that address you were dispatched to?
I did not know at the time.
Okay, did you later learn who lived there?
Yes.
Who was that?
Sergeant Brian Fahey.
Okay. Is he now retired?
Yes.
Okay. And what else did you observe when you first arrived?
There were two individuals, one including the defendant standing in front of that box truck.
And may the record reflect he's pointed to the defendant Trump already.
And there was a third individual wearing just socks standing at the end of the driveway.
And were you able to identify that person?
Yes, that was Brian Fahey.
Right. And the other individual that you saw along with Mr. Reyes in the circle, did you see him in court earlier today?
I did not.
Okay. Do you recall his name?
Tahim Glover.
Okay. What did you do next?
I proceeded to go and speak with Brian Fahey.
Okay. And to speak with him, where did you proceed?
Initially, I met with him. I made contact with him at the top of the driveway.
When you say top, do you mean the...
Closest to the road.
Okay.
And then I requested that we move down further down the driveway just to separate the two parties because tensions were still high at that time.
Okay. And are you generally familiar with that area, and did you become familiar with the nature of the driveway and the houses there?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked State's Exhibit 1 for identification. Ask if you recognize that.
Yes, I did.
What do you recognize it to be, gentlemen?
This is the property of Brian Fahey along with the end of the cul-de-sac at Pendleton Farmland.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to use the green pointer that's there in front of you. Just if you hit it twice, the button. Just be careful, it's very blinding. Could you point out for the court where the circle is in that, where the driveway proceeds and where it splits?
Yep. This is the end of the cul-de-sac. Brian Fahey's driveway comes down, it breaks at the easement, and then this is his property.
Okay. And there's another shared property with the same driveway?
Yes, there is.
Is that a fair, and behind it there appears to be, sorry, let me just find it. There appears to be a road that proceeds sort of in the lower left-hand corner of that. Do you know what road that is?
Yes, that's Interstate 95.
Is the only entrance to those properties up that driveway?
Yes.
Is this a fair and accurate representation of the way those properties looked back on July 11th of 2025 when you first arrived?
Yes.
I would offer as full exhibit.
Any objection, sir?
No objection.
The minutes, what's the State's Exhibit?
Now, as you proceeded up Mr. Fahey's driveway, did you note anything as you walked up?
Yes, I noticed several signs on my way down the driveway.
Okay, and which side of the driveway were those on?
The left-hand side. A one-car driveway. There was mowed grass on either side.
Okay. And the signs you noted, do you recall, well, withdrawn, were they readily visible as you walked down the driveway?
Yes.
All right. And could you describe the signage that you saw?
The first sign that I saw was a private drive, no turnaround sign. Then I observed a second sign that was a no trespassing sign. And then there was a third sign that was identical to the first sign that was a private drive, no turnaround sign.
And with respect to the no trespassing sign, was that up on anything or was it down?
No, it was down on the ground.
Okay. And let me step forward for a moment. At some point, did you note that one of your fellow patrol officers moved that sign out of the bushes that you saw it in?
Yes.
Okay. When you were on the driveway, however, had it been moved yet?
No.
All right. And could you observe at least the signage on the ground?
Yes. Off to the right-hand side of the driveway, still at the end of the cul-de-sac.
Okay. Would the box truck sort of be to your left in this photograph that you're standing in?
Yes, sir.
All right. And is that the beginning of the driveway to the Fahey residence as well as the other residence that shares that driveway?
Yes, it is.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of the way that area looked on about 5 p.m. on July 11, 2025?
Yes,
And there appears to be another mailbox on the other side of that driveway?
that is
All
correct.
right. So 2 mailboxes at the end of that driveway? Yes?
Yes,
Sorry.
sorry.
I would offer 3 and 4 as full exhibits. State's Exhibit 5 for identification, ask if you recognize that.
I do.
What do you recognize that to be?
This is the top of the driveway looking directly down it from the cul-de-sac.
Okay, and in the lower part of that photograph, can you still see the sidewalk that goes across that driveway?
Yes, I can.
You make note of anything else in that photograph as you see it here?
Yes, the first sign that I identified before as the private drive sign.
And is that a fair and accurate representation of the way the driveway looked from the cul-de-sac at approximately 5 p.m. on July 11th of 2025?
Yes.
I would offer it as a full exhibit.
No objection.
The full exhibit, State's Exhibit 5.
Showing you 6 for identification. Ask if you recognize that.
Yes, I did.
What do you recognize that to be?
That's the private road sign, dead end, no turnaround.
Is that the one that was previously shown in the prior photograph?
Correct, that's the first sign.
Okay. And is that a fair and accurate representation of the way that sign looked as you walked down the driveway that day on July 11, 2025, approximately 5 p.m.?
Yes.
Now, there also appears to be a dirt-type area there appears to be someone walking on the driveway in front of the sign, correct?
Yes.
All right. Next to that, there's sort of a dirtish area there. Do you recognize what area that is?
Yes.
What do you recognize that to be?
That's the area where I saw the second sign on the ground.
Okay,
The no trespassing sign.
and is that a fair and accurate representation of the way that whole area looked on July 11th?
Yes.
I would offer as a full exhibit.
No objection.
So the full exhibit, State's Exhibit 6.
State's Exhibit 7 for identification. You recognize what that depicts?
Yes.
And when you first saw it as you were walking up the driveway, could you see that from the driveway?
I could.
And could you see it in the brush?
Yes, I could.
Is that a fair and accurate representation based on where Officer Romanski's pointing as to where you saw that sign that day on July 11, 2025?
Yes.
And the trees in the the shorter trees in the center of the photograph, is that where the driveway splits? Sorry. Let me point to an area for you, and then, sorry, I say shorter trees, it's hard to see, but that area right there?
Yes, the driveway splits just before those trees.
Okay. And the dirt patch area that you referred to previously, where you had seen that no trespassing sign in the bushes, is that depicted in this photograph in the lower left-hand corner?
Yes.
And is that a fair and accurate representation of the way that driveway existed on July 11, 2025, when you walked up the driveway with Mr. Fahey?
Yes.
I would offer as a full exhibit. State's Exhibit 9.
No objection.
So the full exhibit, State's Exhibit
10 for identification. You recognize what that shows?
Yes.
What do you recognize that to show?
This is the easement closer up in the same driveway at 46 Pendleton Farm.
Okay. And is there appear to be, well, first of all, do you see the Fahey residence in that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Is it the one to the left or the right?
The one to the right.
Right. And do you see another sign on the driveway posted again?
Yes, I do.
Right. And do you recall what that sign said as well?
Yep, that sign to the left is identical to the first sign. It's the private road with no turnaround.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of the way that area looked on July 11, 2025, when you first got on scene and were walking up the driveway?
Yes.
I would offer as full exhibit.
No objection, John.
State's Exhibit 13 for identification. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What do you recognize that to be?
This is a photo looking out from the porch of the residence.
And There appears to be an officer and a couple civilians standing there.
Yes.
Right. Are those
Yes.
to the end of the cul-de-sac, or to the cul-de-sac,
Yes.
as you saw it on July 11, 2025?
Yes.
I would offer as a full exception.
No objection.
And Mr. Fulton states Exhibit 14.
Now, did you at any point, did you have occasion to speak with the defendant at any point that day?
I did.
Okay, and what was the nature of your interactions with him?
My interaction with him was explaining that he was going to be placed under arrest.
And among those charges, was there a criminal trespass charge?
Yes.
And were those signs that you saw, particularly the private road signs, were they readily visible to anyone walking up that driveway?
Yes.
And again, from your point walking up the driveway without any investigation side to side, were you able to see the other sign in the bushes?
Yes.
I have a moment, Judge.
Okay.
Nothing further.
Mr. Riggs?
Good morning, Sergeant Bedard.
Good morning.
You testified that when you walked the driveway with Fahey, Mr. Fahey, you saw a no trespassing sign in the brush.
Yes.
Was it underneath? Were there leaves on top of it or vines on top of it at any point?
No.
So it was completely face up with nothing covering it whatsoever at all?
On top of it, no.
Okay. Were there vines growing around it?
Around it, yes.
You testified it's in the brush, right?
It was in the brush.
Okay. And you saw it when you walked up the driveway on your own?
Yes.
Did you tell anyone else about the no trespassing sign?
No.
So you saw the no trespassing sign, you didn't discuss it with any officers?
I did not.
The other sergeant on scene, D'Angelo?
Are you talking before it was moved or?
I'm saying when you first saw it with Mr. Fahey, when you first arrived on the scene, did you discuss the fact that you had noticed a no trespassing sign with any of the officers or sergeants on the day?
Yes.
Who?
Sergeant D'Angelo.
Sergeant D'Angelo. What did you tell him?
I explained that there were several signs posted along the driveway.
Did you say that it was down and it wasn't posted?
Yes, that one was not clearly posted. We were more so discussing the other signage.
Right. You had a conversation, do you recall a conversation you had on that same drive with Officer Romansky?
I had a conversation with him while I was taking pictures, yes.
And you don't recall a conversation before that?
No.
So you indicated that there were private road signs. You said private drive. Private road signs though, correct?
Correct.
Are those vehicle signs?
I don't understand the question.
Are those signs meant for vehicles? Based on your experience and your training as a police officer, would a private road dead end, no turnaround, be for a pedestrian or for a vehicle?
I would say that's up for interpretation, but I would say both.
Both. So no turnaround to you would mean you couldn't turn around if you were a pedestrian then?
I would say that the sign has two halves to it, so the private road would apply to both. The no turnaround would apply to private vehicles.
And does a private road sign indicate not to enter the property?
Objection, that's legal conclusion that the court has to make.
I'm just asking based on his training. He deals with criminal trespassing cases all the time. I'm asking what he thinks and you can judge whether the weight of it. I'm asking what he thinks and based on his police officer. He deals with criminal trespassing for a local time. He's seen a lot of signs before. Just asking what his thoughts are on a private road sign.
His thoughts don't matter. The question is that signage enough under the statute, and did the defendant knowingly pass that sign and go. That's what this case is about in criminal trespass 3. So what the officer's opinion is of that doesn't matter. What the court's opinion ultimately is the issue.
The court understands that what's ultimately being solicited is whether or not this witness believes that the signage is legally sufficient to put a pedestrian on notice that they can't go down the driveway, which is a legal issue. It's a contest here, so the court's going to sustain the objection.
Sergeant Burt, you indicated that the no trespass, that it was a narrow, that the driveway was a narrow driveway, correct?
Yes.
So it makes sense that the sign would say dead end, no turnaround for vehicles to not turn around, correct?
Well, objection. Relevant.
I'm just trying to get an idea of what the dead end, no turnaround sign is. It's clearly, that's what he's indicating that he saw, and I just want to get his thoughts on what happened, the narrow driveway and how he turned around.
Again, with all due respect to the officer, his thoughts on that don't matter. He testified as a fact witness that he signs it.
On the private road, dead end, no turnaround signs. What color were they?
Yellow and black.
Yellow and black. Did they have any scratches on them or anything like that?
Yes, it appeared so.
Were they on the left side or the right side of the driveway?
The left side.
The left side of the driveway. And you had testified earlier that the beginning of the driveway is an easement? Correct?
The middle of the driveway is an easement, yes. Yes, up to the middle.
Up to the middle of the driveway is an easement, correct?
Yes.
And you indicated that the driveway, and you saw some exhibits that they provided, that the driveway splits at that easement to two different directions, correct?
Yes.
To two different residences, correct?
Yes.
Do you know if that other residence is, other property is owned by Sergeant Brian Fahey, former Sergeant Brian Fahey?
It is not.
It is not. And the signs were on the left side of the driveway.
Yes.
Were there any signs on the right side?
No.
You said you explained to me the arrest. What did you explain to me about my arrest?
Objection, relevant.
He testified that he had a conversation with me about my arrest.
Well, it's hearsay and it's irrelevant.
What's the relevance of what he told you about your arrest?
Which one was it?
This is the question to me.
Sergeant Dar, did you order Officer Romansky to remove the sign from the brush as you testified?
I did not.
You did not. Through your training experience as a sergeant, supervisor of the police department, are your officers trained to touch evidence once they find it?
They are not trained to touch it, but things happen in the midst of a scene.
Right. Well, the question is, so they're trained not to touch evidence, correct? That's what they're trained not to do.
It depends.
In a trespassing case, if, obviously it needs to be clearly posted, correct? You said it wasn't clearly posted.
Objection on the matter.
Can you rephrase the question?
Sure. You testified earlier that the sign wasn't clearly posted, the no trespassing private property sign, correct?
Yes.
In a situation for investigating a criminal trespass, as a supervisor, should an officer in your department move a no trespassing sign that had fallen into the brush as you stated?
It go either way, I think.
Sure, what would go into it? That's your answer. What would be the reason why somebody would move a no trespassing sign? Why an officer would?
Because if he wasn't aware that I was already aware of it, he may have wanted to bring it to my attention and not forget about it. So he may have moved it prior, but that's something that you would have to ask him.
Right. So you already testified you didn't have any conversations with Officer Romansky about the sign. So he moved it, how far did he move it away from, in your estimation, how far did he move it away from where it originally was at to where it was when you took the picture of it?
I would say approximately 4 or 5 feet.
4 or 5 feet. So you're saying it's standard policy in the police department, when you want to show a supervisor something, a piece of evidence, you move it first? Is that what you're testifying here today?
No.
So you don't move it?
Well, that's not policy.
It's not policy to move it. No further questions?
After you saw the signs and you left Brian Fahey on the driveway with other officers, did you proceed somewhere to try to memorialize what you had seen on the driveway?
Yes, I returned to the cul-de-sac. I had a conversation with Sergeant D'Angelo, and then I proceeded to my police cruiser to retrieve my camera.
Okay. And did you begin taking pictures?
Yes,
And by the time you got back to the no trespass sign, had Officer Romansky moved it by that point,
yes,
unbeknownst that you were taking photographs?
yes.
Right. And the photograph that is in evidence, I'm not sure which number it is, but the area that Officer Romansky's pointing to, that he indicates you removed the sign from, is that consistent with where you saw the signage when you were walking up the driveway?
Yes.
Okay.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear, solemnly sincerely affirm that the case may be that the evidence you shall give regarding this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury? Yes, sir. Please state your name, title, and place of employment.
Officer Jenna McKechnie, Patrol Officer, Groton Long Point, or Groton County PD, 68 Groton Long Point Road. Your Honor.
Good morning, officer. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's your occupation?
Patrol Officer,
With what town?
Groton County Police Department,
How long have you been a patrol officer?
about 6 years.
And could you tell the court your background and training as it relates to law enforcement?
I went to the Police Academy, and then field training, and then amongst other training afterwards.
Okay. Now, I want to draw your attention to July 11, 2025, approximately 10:05 that evening. Were you working that day?
Yes,
And were you in full uniform?
yes,
Were you driving a Groton marked police vehicle?
yes,
Did you have occasion to respond to a dispatch call at that time?
yes.
And where did that direct you? What was the nature of the call?
The address was 46 Pendleton Farm Lane in Mystic, and it was some sort of disturbance involving an individual trespassing as well as a firearm being involved.
Now, when you arrived, what did you see?
I saw other patrol cruisers as well as a large billboard truck. And then I saw a man standing in the driveway, that's who I met with first.
Okay. And did you later come to know the identity of that person?
Yes.
And who's that?
Brian Fahey.
I'm going to show you what's from Mark State's Exhibit 2 and ask you if you recognize that.
Yes.
What do you recognize that to be?
That is the billboard truck as well in the cul-de-sac of Pendleton Farm Lane.
Do you see the driveway that you met retired Sergeant Fahey, or then Sergeant Fahey at?
Yes.
All right, and could you just point it out with the laser pointer, if you don't mind? Or pointing to an area between between three cruisers, excuse me, on the center left of the photograph. Is that accurate?
Yes.
May the record so reflect. Now, what did you do where did you move with Sergeant Fahey as you encountered him?
We walked down this driveway.
Towards his house, away from the cul-de-sac?
Yes.
As you walked down the driveway, did you make note of anything as you were walking?
There were multiple signs posted on the left side of the driveway.
I'm going to show you what's been marked State's Exhibit 5. See if you recognize what that photo shows.
Yes.
What do you recognize that to show?
The signs posted on the left side of the driveway.
Okay. And does that depict the start of the driveway from the cul-de-sac in the bottom part of that photograph?
Yes.
And showing you State's Exhibit 6, do you recognize what that shows?
Yes.
What is that?
The private road and no turnaround signs on the left side of the driveway.
Okay. As you walked up with Sergeant Fahey, did you make note of any no trespassing signs in the bushes?
No.
Okay. As you continued up the driveway, was there another sign identical to the private road dead end no turnaround sign?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked State's Exhibit 10. See if you recognize that.
Yes.
What do you recognize that to be?
A sign on the left side of the driveway, as well as the Sergeant Brian Fahey's residence.
Okay. And the area that is, actually, are you depicted in that photograph?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the area you spoke to Brian Fahey at?
Yes.
Were the signs readily visible as you traveled up the driveway?
Yes,
Showing you now states Exhibit 11, do you recognize that as well?
yes,
What do you recognize that to be?
the private road signs that were on the left side,
And where was the second sign located?
further up on the left.
Would you say that it was further up on the, was it on the easement or was it on the other homeowner's property?
No, it was there was the ones on the left side of the driveway, there was the one at the end. I think that's the first one you're referring to.
No, I'm referring to the second sign, officer. The second sign. In relation to the properties, would that be on Brian Fahey's property or his neighbor's property?
If she knows.
I'm not sure which sign he's referring to.
So you saw two signs.
Yes,
You saw two exhibits with two signs on them, correct?
yes,
The first one, by them, a little bit further up from the mailbox, correct? The second one, you looked at the sign. It was on the left side, correct?
yes.
Was it on the side of Brian Fahey's property or was it on the side of his neighbor's property?
I don't know the lines.
Well, no, I didn't ask you about lines. I asked you, what side of the driveway was the sign on? Was it on the side, it splits into two, correct?
Yes,
The right side is Brian Fahey's property, the left side is his neighbor's property, correct?
to my knowledge, it was on the left side, like they said, and to my knowledge, I was informed he owned the entire driveway, so I would say yes, Brian Fahey's property.
He owns the entire driveway, past where it splits?
Yes, he gives them an easement.
Okay. And on the right side where it goes to his house, you didn't see any signs, did you?
No,
So the only signs you saw were on the left side of the driveway, the shared driveway, correct?
yes,
One,
Well, objection, she testified it was Brian Fahey's driveway. She didn't say shared driveway.
an easement, but, so all on, he owns the entire driveway according to you, correct, officer?
yes.
So if you saw the survey, you said, you testified you saw a survey, where does his driveway end?
What survey?
You mentioned you saw, that you gave a survey, that you saw a survey, did you not? You didn't say that? Okay, how do you know that it's all his driveway?
That's what I was advised on seeing.
By who?
Brian Fahey.
Okay, so did he tell you where his driveway ended?
I didn't see the end. I was told the entire driveway was his.
Let me clarify. When you say driveway, there's one driveway, right? And it splits into two other driveways, correct?
Yes,
Are you saying that Brian Fahey owns both driveways that split at the middle?
I don't know where it ends.
You don't know where it ends. But you're not saying that he owns both of those?
I don't know where it ends. I haven't seen a survey.
Okay. So you testified just want to clarify, no signs on the right side of that driveway, shared or otherwise, no signs on the right side of the driveway, only on the left side of the driveway.
Yes,
Where the driveways intersect, officer, is the sign past the intersection of the driveways?
I don't remember.
You just saw a picture of it.
Yes, but it's from far away. If I could see a closer up picture, I'd be able to recall.
Okay. No further questions, Judge. Actually, one more question. When you were conducting, you said you were trained at the police department, police academy, correct?
Yes,
How many months do you have training at the police academy?
6 months.
6 months? That's it. When you were talking to Brian Fahey, did you say to him that he handled the situation right, something to that effect?
Objection, relevance, hearsay.
The relevance, I'm asking her what she said.
Hearsay.
I'm asking what she said, and she wrote in her report. I'll call it later. Withdraw, Judge. We withdraw.
May I just have a moment? Forgetting about the second sign for a moment, the first sign you saw, did you have to pass that to get to any property up above?
Yes,
No further questions.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear, solemnly sincerely affirm, as the case may be, that the evidence you shall give regarding this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
Yes,
Please state your name, title, and place of employment.
Sergeant Tyler D'Angelo, Deangelo, Groton Police Department.
Please have a seat, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Morning.
What's your current rank?
Currently a patrol sergeant on the evening shift for Groton Police Department.
And Groton Town employs you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how long have you been a sergeant?
I've been sergeant for 3 years now.
And how long have you been an officer with Groton?
Just shy of 10 years.
And could you tell the court your background and training as it relates to law enforcement efforts?
Yes, I was hired as a police officer in 2016. I attended the Post Police Academy. I attended training throughout my career ever since.
Now, I want to draw your attention to July 11, 2025 at approximately 10:05 that evening. Did you have occasion, first of all, were you working that day?
Yes, I was.
And full uniform?
Yes.
Marked patrol car?
Yes, sir.
All right. And did you have occasion to respond to a dispatch?
I did.
What was the nature of the dispatch?
I responded to 46 Pendleton Farm Lane for the report of disturbance. It was between a Connecticut State Trooper and a reported First Amendment auditor. The Connecticut State Trooper reported he had a firearm and that the First Amendment auditor was trespassing on his property.
Do you see the person you referred to as the First Amendment auditor in court today?
Yes, sir.
And did you encounter him on scene that night?
I did.
All right. Could you point him out for the court and indicate who he is?
Right there.
All right. As record reflect, please identify Mr. Reyes.
Report.
Upon arrival at scene, what did you do?
When I first arrived on scene, I believe I was the last officer. As a supervisor, I kind of just observed the scene, what was going on. I observed the defendant conversing with Officer Romansky and another officer. I don't recall who that officer was. And then I went up to the defendant and introduced myself.
Okay. And did you have a conversation with the defendant?
I did.
All right. And did he explain in general his point of view of what had occurred that night?
Yes.
Here's this.
Well, that's an admission of the party opponent.
First question is just whether
Yes, we haven't
you spoken to him, essentially what you had spoken. I'm sure it's coming next, but to the extent that you're going to object, well, I'll have next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did he talk about, did he talk about the nature of what had occurred from his viewpoint?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what did he indicate?
He indicated that he was, I can't remember verbatim, but a journalist, and he was there to investigate something to do with overtime with the Connecticut State Trooper, that he had gone up to the residence. He believed that the State Trooper was just going to close the door in his face. That was not the case, and he said that the State Trooper retrieved a firearm and escorted him off his property.
Did he indicate whether or not there had been a ongoing dispute between the two?
Yes.
All right. And did he indicate what you said he thought he was just going to slam the door in his face. Did he indicate anything else about that interaction in terms of what he thought was going to happen?
Yes, he indicated that he didn't like the Connecticut State Trooper and that the Connecticut State Trooper didn't like him. That he believed he was just going to close the door and they were going to go in their separate ways.
All right. Did he indicate anything about understanding how the trooper acted? If you recall.
I don't.
Okay. At some point in the cul-de-sac, did Mr. Reyes show you a portion of a video that was recorded of the incident?
Yes, sir.
And did he fast forward past the part where he went up the driveway?
Yes, the first frame of the video I observed was him at the front door.
Okay. And is there any other way, in your estimation, to get to Brian Fahey's property except by walking up that driveway?
No, sir.
Do you recall whether or not Mr. Reyes indicated he walked up the driveway?
I do not recall.
We're going to show you what's been marked State's Exhibit 1. Ask you if you recognize what that shows.
I do.
All right. And what do you recognize that to be?
That is 46 and I believe 48 Pendleton Farm Lane. And the driveway is outlined from the cul-de-sac to the right-hand side of the screen.
Okay. Now, at some point, did you have occasion to walk up the driveway as well?
I did.
And did you make note of any signage that was present to deter people?
Yes.
All right. What did you know?
So I noted at least 2 signs. I believe there was 3 total.
Judge, he said to deter people. Is he testifying? I thought that was up for you to decide whether there are signs to deter or not.
I'll rephrase. Did you notice any signage on the driveway?
I did.
All right. What did you know?
I noticed at least 2 signs, I believe there was 3 total. 2 of the signs, I can't recall verbatim, but it said something to the effect of private drive, no turnaround. They were yellow in color, there was 2 of those. And the 3rd sign was white in color, I believe it had red accents and said private property, no trespassing. Something to that effect, or maybe verbatim, I can't recall.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 6, see if that refresh your recollection about what the 2 signs that you saw look like.
Yes, sir.
All right. And that first sign, I'm showing you State's Exhibit 5, or I should say, withdrawn. State's Exhibit 6, is that accurate as to what the signage said?
That is
All right. And showing you State's Exhibit 5, do you recognize that viewpoint of that?
I do. That is from the cul-de-sac of Pendleton Farm Lane, and the sidewalk is observed on the lower end of the screen.
All right. And that first sign, is that the sign depicted, or one of the signs depicted in State's Exhibit 6?
Yes, sir.
All right. And were they identical in nature?
Yes, sir.
That first one is visible even from the cul-de-sac?
Correct.
And then the private property sign, the no trespassing sign you saw, did you come to learn that by the time you saw it, it had been moved from its original location?
That is correct.
What, so you never saw it in its, did you see it in person at all, ever?
I did.
But by the time you saw it, was it in its original location or was it moved?
It was moved, I believe, by Officer Romansky, and it was photographed by Sergeant Burt.
So you never saw it in the original location where it stood? Where it lay? The private road, that sign that you just took a look at, dead end, no turnaround. Do you believe that to be a traffic sign?
Objection. Again, the ultimate issue for the court is that posted or reasonably allowed under the jury instructions for criminal trespass as to whether someone will be put on notice that they shouldn't go up that driveway. That's ultimately a legal issue. His opinion as to what that sign is or isn't does not matter.
I was asking about his, at the time, his frame of mind and what he thought the sign was.
You're asking if he believed it to be a traffic sign.
Yeah.
So what is his belief with respect to whether it's a traffic sign? Why is that relevant? His belief.
Oh, because he's the one that, he was part of, he's a police officer, and he arrested me based on signage, apparently, and his belief on when he's conducting his investigation is important to why I was even arrested. Ultimately, him and the other officers are the ones that decided to charge me with criminal trespassing, felony voyeurism, and breach of the peace, and I'm just, I know we're here on criminal trespass, but just trying to get his frame of mind at the time of when he thought the sign was.
The officer's frame of mind, whether there's probable cause, we're beyond that now, Judge. This is a beyond a reasonable doubt for the court as a fact finder to decide the officer's subjective belief as to what it was, whether it constitutes probable cause is irrelevant to the trial at hand.
The court's going to do your arguments to the extent that you wish to make them in the future that the signage is insufficient as a matter of law. The court agrees that the witness's belief with respect to the legal ramifications of the sign is not relevant, so the court will sustain the position.
When you spoke about, when you were talking about the sign to your officers, the no trespassing sign, you said, you testified that Officer Romansky, I believe, is the one that told you about the no trespassing sign in the brush?
I believe it was Officer Romansky, Sergeant Burt, or both, potentially.
Okay. Do you know who told you first about the sign?
I do not.
Did you indicate to him that it wasn't clearly posted?
Indicate to who?
To Officer Romansky, excuse me. Did you indicate to Officer Romansky that it wasn't, that it has to be conspicuously posted?
I believe there was a conversation about the manner in which it was posted when he located it. The exact words that Officer Romansky told me, I don't recall exactly how he said it was. He said it was moved prior to me getting there, and where it was, obviously, I can't have the same observations as him, but he was reporting that it was posted face up in the weeds.
So you don't recall ever saying that the sign wasn't, that trespassing sign needs to be conspicuously posted?
I may or may not have said that. At this point, I don't recall
You
saying
don't
that.
recall? Did you have any other conversation as a supervising sergeant with any of your officers regarding, so you said you had conversations, you said you had conversations with the officers and possibly Sergeant Bedard about the no trespassing private property sign? Yes?
Yes.
Did you have any conversations with your officers about the private road dead end no turnaround sign?
I'm sure it came up. I can't remember exactly if we did or if we didn't, but we did have discussions about the signage.
Was that sign like, was it important to your investigation?
Which sign exactly?
The private road, excuse me, I'm sorry. The private road sign.
So I think the private road sign was definitely part of our investigation, whether or not it specifically said private property, no trespassing. That did come up in conversation. It didn't necessarily affect our property clause in that sense.
Okay, but when you're speaking to your officers and you're conducting your investigation,
Yes.
you mainly spoke about the private property, no trespassing private property sign?
Objection, hearsay.
So the nature of the objection?
Hearsay.
Sure. Just asking him what generally, did he have a conversation, the main conversation about the no trespassing sign? I'm asking.
So the question was whether the conversation was generally with respect to the no trespassing sign as opposed to the private road sign?
Correct.
Question. I'll allow that question.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. Was your conversations with your officers primarily regarding the no trespassing, no private property sign, as opposed to the private road sign?
I wouldn't say that was the primary focus of our conversation. No. It came up in the conversation, yes.
It came up in conversation.
We did have a conversation about the signage, as I previously stated. Yes, sir.
And you had your active, I forgot to ask you this, you had a body camera on that day?
Yes, sir.
And it was activated the entire time?
It was activated the entire time. When we have officer conferences, by policy and procedure, we were allowed to mute those conversations, which was done when I spoke to the Sergeant Bedard and myself.
Why do you mute those conversations?
Because by policy and procedure, we don't need to have them activated, unmuted, if you will, unless we're interacting with a member of the public.
I understand that that's your policy, but I'm asking why would you mute it? Why would you mute your conversation with another?
Objection, relevance, it's state policy, state law.
So you already answered your question, that you muted it because that's the policy they have. You're asking him why they have that policy?
No, I'm asking why did he mute it that particularly? He has other conversations that he doesn't mute it. So why particularly that conversation would be muted?
Maybe I misunderstood, because I understood the testimony to be that when there's officer-to-officer conversations, it's muted, but when you're...
Let me,
That's okay.
I'll
You want to rephrase the
I'll
question?
rephrase it. Do you have conversations with officers one-on-one where your body camera isn't muted?
Yes.
So why did you mute it when you were talking to Sergeant Bedard?
It depends on the conversations, and we actually got new body cameras recently where the actual act of muting it is different and it's hard to figure out. So to answer your question on that, it really isn't relevant. It depends on the situation, what we're dealing with. If there's no underlying matter to it, sometimes it's just the officer-to-officer conversation where we had discussions regarding cases generally.
Is there anything in your policy that tells you when to mute body cameras?
No.
So your testimony here is today is you have the discretion to mute your body camera whenever you want while you're talking to another officer and a member of the public isn't there?
Correct. So if it's just an officer-to-officer conference, it's called, by policy, we're allowed to mute that conversation via the body camera.
And why did you mute it that day?
We were having a discussion about the case in general, and there was no particular rhyme or reason. I've done it many times. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. There's no necessarily particular reason to muting it. During that, I have no problem telling you we were discussing the case at hand, and we were discussing the charges that we're going to move forward with.
The lawyer is in charge.
Yes, sir.
Did you speak to anybody else that day? Any other law enforcement officers that weren't on the scene?
I did.
Who did you speak to?
Notified the captain and further chain of command as we are supposed to by procedure, and also the state's attorney. I don't know if this is statewide, I'm assuming that it is, but when a police officer is suspected of potentially committing a crime, we have a memorandum that's sitting in my office. I also have it in my patrol cruiser. State's Attorney's Office is to be contacted to notify them of the incident, which was done through the chain of command.
And just for the record, you did speak to this State's Attorney's Office, right?
No, I didn't speak to any state's attorney. That was done through the chain of command. I'm not aware if there was one here. To my understanding, it was through London, which is our judicial district in Groton.
Did you speak to the police chief that day at the scene?
I did.
Is that typical?
Through chain of command? Yes.
And you testified you had a conversation with me when you arrived on the scene, correct?
That is correct.
And you testified that I was there, I told you I was there to, as a journalist investigating a story on police overtime?
Something to that effect, yes, sir. Yes.
Did you ever bring up any signage to me?
Objection, hearsay. Still a conversation with the defendant. The defendant can't offer his own statements or any conversations he had as an admission of a party opponent because he's not the party opponent here. The state of Connecticut would be. So any conversations would be hearsay.
Are you asking if he told you about the sign, or he brought a sign to you to see?
Yeah, I'm asking, the question was, did he talk to me about the sign?
Okay.
Any signs?
And why is that not hearsay?
Well, I mean, he testified as to what I said about that I'm a journalist. He testified at length about our conversation.
So under the rules of evidence, it's not hearsay when one party is offering it and it's the other party's statement. But this officer is not a party to the case. So your introduction of what he said to you or what you said to him doesn't meet that rule. Does it meet any other exceptions to the hearsay rule?
No, Judge, what's wrong? Do you remember what else we talked about, Sergeant?
Objection, hearsay. I guess if it's a yes or no, I apologize. I'll withdraw it if it's a yes or no answer. Does he remember anything else they talked about? If it's substantive, then I object on hearsay.
So we'll let the question whether you remember anything else that was discussed.
Sir, I don't remember the entirety of our conversation, but we did have a conversation for a couple of minutes.
And you watched the video,
From your cell phone, yes.
and you said that the video started while I was at the front door.
In the vicinity of the front door, yes.
And you watched the video what was the end of the video that you watched?
I believe the end of the video was when Brian Fahey and you were at the end of the sidewalk. I believe that was the end of the video. I know it wasn't an entirety of the video from start to finish. It was a portion of the video, but I believe that was the end that I observed. Yes, sir.
No further questions, Judge. Thank you.
If you recall from watching the video that the defendant just referenced, as you said it started at the house and then ends up down the driveway?
Yes, sir.
Right. As they're moving back down the driveway, are you able to see that first sign, that private road sign near them as they back up?
Yes.
All right. Are you able to see at least a whitish sign from, well, withdrawn? Where is the view of the video that you saw from? If one was, let's try to do this. If one's standing on the driveway, would the person videotaping be on the left-hand side of the driveway facing Brian Fahey's house on the right-hand side?
If you're going up or down?
If you're going up, let's just say, would it be on the right-hand side or the left-hand side?
The signage?
No, the person videotaping.
I would say it could be, the driveway was so narrow that I don't believe it would particularly be way left or way right.
Let me try to rephrase it. If, as they moved back down the driveway, what positions were Mr. Reyes and Mr. Fahey in?
They were in a chest-to-chest.
Okay, and if you're looking at the video, would the cul-de-sac be to your left or to your right? As you're looking at the two individuals on the driveway?
From my observations and recollection, I believe it was to the rear. It potentially was canted a little bit.
Okay, but let me try to get at this. Was it on the side where the signage was or on the other side of the driveway? Would the videotaper be?
The video was pointed at the two parties backing down the driveway, and you could see the wood line on the left, and you could see the wood line on the right.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say it was particularly canted either way by a significant distance, but you can see both sides in my opinion from what I can.
Okay. As they move back down the driveway towards the cul-de-sac, could you see a private road sign on the other side of the driveway?
Yes, the same yellow sign right there. Kind of way.
And could you see white signage in the bushes from the observation of the video, if you recall?
Not that I recall.
Okay, thank you.
So when you're watching the video, you testified that you could see both sides of the driveway, correct?
I believe so, yes.
You said you were able to see while watching the video the private road dead end no turnaround sign, correct?
From your cell phone, yes, sir.
Did you see the no trespassing sign in that video?
Not that I recall.
Further questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
There's an edit with an inject discussing awareness of no trespassing signs and other things.
Where was that edit in terms of the driveway, if you recall?
It was just beyond the first posted private drive sign, as well as a no trespass sign that was in the brush.
That part was edited out of the first parts? All right. Go ahead, continue.
There's another edit shortly after that inject where he approaches the front of the home. Shortly thereafter, there's a confrontation after Mr. Fahey becomes aware of what's going on. That's essentially escorts him off the property.
Okay, and as they back down the driveway, are you able to see the signage that had been edited out going up the driveway?
Yes.
And in particular, were you able to see a private road sign?
Yes.
All right, and were you also able to see some white signage in the brush right beyond that sign? And that's before any police arrived on scene, correct?
Correct.
And you indicated that on his way up during that edit, there's a voiceover effectively that one needs to be aware of no trespassing signs when doing something like this?
Yes.
I have no further questions.
So on the day in question, July, did you said you watched the video?
Yes.
Posted on my YouTube channel?
Yes.
You watched it in its entirety?
I believe so. That's sort of what I was tasked with at that moment in time, so I don't know.
And when you said that you saw a sign in the video, you testified that you saw a white sign in the video? Were
Yes.
you able to clearly see the sign and read it for what it, and were you able to clearly see the sign and read the contents of the sign?
In watching the video, no.
You can't. What could you see that you determined it was a sign?
You can see the outline and the color, which later, upon part of my review, encompassed officers providing my camera video and report. I was able to determine that based on the location from where that specific sign was covered, that it's one and the same.
You weren't there on that day, correct?
I was not picking up.
The sign, are you familiar with the investigation as far as the pictures of the sign after it was moved by Officer Romanowski?
Yes.
The sign you saw in the video, I guess, would you say it's like a part of a sign, or did you see the entire sign?
You can see an outline of the object, and that is, yeah.
That it's white,
Yeah.
but you can't make out the text.
No text.
And the location of the object, the white object, was in the bushes, in the brush?
In the brush, yeah.
So a different location than the photograph that was taken by Sergeant McDard in this investigation?
Assuming you're referring to the photograph where the sign had already been removed and it was photographed outside of the brush, yes.
Do you know if there's any photographs that the Groton Police Department took of the sign where it lay when you see it in the video that I published?
To my knowledge, there's not.
Do you know why there isn't?
I wasn't there and I didn't take part in the investigation.
You're a lieutenant, so is it typical for officers in your department to move evidence after it's been discovered?
I wouldn't
you
call it-
typically?
I wouldn't call it typical, but it's not.
Sorry, so that's not typical?
Not typical.
Not typical.
Well, I'm sorry, he said something else after that, I just want the record to be complete. It's not typical, but
There are certain instances when you may remove evidence from its location.
Why would you do that?
Maybe to preserve it in some way or to demonstrate what it consists of. But you still would need to document after the fact that it was.
But no trespassing. This was a criminal trespass investigation, right, Lieutenant?
As far as
You don't know what you're investigating?
well, yes, it's a criminal trespass.
Investigating. Okay. Have you ever investigated a criminal trespass before?
I've been at this over 22 years.
Okay, it's a long time. And in that 22 years of you investigating criminal trespasses, have you or any of your officers that you work with ever moved a no trespassing sign?
I wouldn't know that offhand.
So you can't think of any instance where that's happened?
I mean, you're asking me to recall 22 years worth of memory and say whether or not something happened. That's difficult for me to do. It's possible.
Well, why would it? Do you know why, as if you're a lieutenant, you're a high-ranking officer in the Groton Police Department, is there any specific reason that you can think of in a criminal trespass investigation why a sign would be removed before taking a picture of it?
Me personally, no, I can't imagine why.
No further questions.
the video you watched on YouTube that was posted by Mr. Reyes, where is the cameraman located as they back down the driveway towards the cul-de-sac and you get towards the signage? Where is the cameraman located in general as it relates to the driveway?
Sort of behind, just off to the right.
Okay, to the right shoulder of the driveway. So from that viewpoint, can you see that first private road sign as they back down the driveway?
Yes.
Right. Where in relation, how far away was the white sign that you saw in relation to that private driveway sign? Or private road sign? Like, if you were to estimate from where that first sign was to where up the driveway the white sign that you saw was on the ground, how far away from the first sign was that sign?
I mean, difficult to ascertain based on the video and
Okay.
the pace of the moving and the angle, but 50 yards, maybe more.
You think it's that far?
Maybe, I'm not really sure.
Okay, you don't know, just sit here.
It's difficult to try to estimate that.
Okay.
Just based on the video.
Thank you, no further.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear, solemnly sincerely affirm, as the case may be, that the evidence you shall give regarding this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Taheen Glover, 111 College Road, apartment 5B.
Judge, just one point of reference to the court. Mr. Glover was arrested as part of this too. He recently was granted accelerated rehabilitation, but technically, I would think still has a Fifth Amendment right. I just informed the court of that. If the court wishes to inquire, I don't think he would invoke that, but I think it's appropriate given the fact that if he fails on AR, he could be prosecuted.
So then, of course, understanding that based on his representation, sir, is that you were admitted to the accelerated rehabilitation program. You understand that that's a pretrial diversionary program, but your case is still pending and has not been dismissed as of yet. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand that under the Fifth Amendment, you have a right to not testify or to say anything because everything that you say in court is being recorded and potentially used against you in any future court case or any pending court case, including your pending criminal case.
Yes.
And notwithstanding that fact, you can raise your Fifth Amendment right or ask for an opportunity to speak with counsel if you wish. You understand that as well?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about your Fifth Amendment right?
No.
Very good.
Thank you.
Proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Can you please state your name for the record?
Taheen Glover.
Were you with me on the afternoon of July 11th, 2025?
Yes.
Where did we go?
Sergeant Brian Fahey's house.
Were you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Draw. What was the purpose of going to Mr. Fahey's residence?
Judge Monroe.
Why is that relevant, sir?
I think it becomes relevant to the knowing aspect of the statute, whether I intend, but I knew I wasn't licensed or privileged to be on the property.
Your purpose in going there, as understood by this witness, I believe demonstrates whether you had known whether you could be there or not?
Well, yeah, because the other officers have stated that, I told them that I was there for journalistic purposes, and I think the reason why I was there is relevant to whether I knew I was licensed or privileged to be there.
But I disagree with that. But secondly, the only way he would know why they're there is a hearsay statement of the defendant. If the defendant wishes to testify later, he can. But it is, one, irrelevant to whether or not a criminal trespass, why they were there, unless they're some sort of Amazon driver delivering a package. It's irrelevant as to why they were there. What matters is whether they passed a sign, if Your Honor finds that sign sufficient under the law, and therefore trespass.
But it's not just a sign. The statute is the sign, and then knowingly, separately, it's knowingly that I knew that I was unlicensed or privileged to be there.
You believe that this testimony will support that you were either licensed or privileged to be there?
I think it would support it if I knew I was unlicensed or privileged to be there.
The court, I understand, based on the evidence already in, that there was some claim regarding journalistic purposes. And I don't want to go very far down that road.
Okay,
To the extent that your claim is that your purpose demonstrated some belief that you had about license or privilege to be on the property, the court will allow a limited amount of range for that.
I'll move on. Were you recording, Mr. Glover?
Yes,
What were you recording with?
an iPhone.
What color was the iPhone?
I don't recall.
Was it my iPhone or your iPhone?
Your iPhone.
Did you record continuously or clips?
Continuously.
Mr. Glover, when you arrived at the residence, did you take note of any signage that was present?
Yes.
What sign? What did it say?
It was a two-way road sign, like letting you know there was.
It was a two-way road sign. Do you remember? Oh, Jim. Did the sign say no trespassing?
No.
What color was the sign, do you recall?
No.
And did you ever see a no trespassing sign?
No.
Did you see a private property sign?
No.
Did you see any signs that would indicate to you that you couldn't enter the property?
No.
Do you recall making a video with, you made a lot of videos with Mr. Reyes after court dates out in the parking lot, correct?
No.
Okay. Do you recall being on a video labeled, do you watch the videos that Mr. Reyes posts? Okay. Do you recall being on a video with Mr. Reyes after the last court date when you got AR?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall, it was labeled, just got out of court, Reyes versus Fahey trial update. Do you recall that at all?
I didn't watch the video.
Okay. But you got on camera with Mr. Reyes, correct?
Yes.
And he referred to you as a star witness? You recall that?
No, I don't recall.
Okay. If you were to watch part of that, would that refresh your recollection?
Well, yes.
Okay. And do you recall as well during that video, Mr. Reyes is referring to the fact that you saw a no trespassing sign, but he didn't see it while you were there. Okay. Judge, I'm going to need to let him watch it. I'm not sure if Your Honor wishes to take a short recess. I have an edited clip from the full video that is the part I'm talking about, so you have an opportunity to see that.
So for practical purposes, the court will take a brief recess while state finishes.
And it's filmed in the parking lot across the street?
Yeah.
And you were there for that, right?
Yes.
You were present when he said what he said on that video?
No.
You were present
Yeah.
in the parking lot next to him when he said it, because you jumped on camera right after that, right?
Yes, I was present.
Okay, so right after the video clip ends, you jump on camera with Mr. Reyes talking about being his star witness, right? Well, he said that. You didn't say it.
Objection, how's that hearsay?
It goes to bias. Mr. Reyes said you're a star witness, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to play the clip for you now as it occurred, and you agree that happened, correct? As it's said on there? You may disagree with what it means, but
Yes.
you agree it says that, right?
Yes.
I'm going to offer, Judge, is that a true and accurate copy of that?
I don't.
Well, you were there for it, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Objection, he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know if it's true and accurate. He didn't record the video. I'm gonna object on lack of foundation, that lack of foundation. He didn't record it. He didn't upload it.
So my understanding is that the state seeks to admit a video that was recorded in the parking lot. This witness was present. And the question was whether it veritably and accurately depicts what it purports to show, which is what's being said on camera. And the objection is that that's insufficient foundation.
That's the video.
It's admissions of the defendant recorded off of his YouTube video that he posted. I would say it speaks for itself, Judge.
So why wouldn't he ask me if I'm the one that posted it, if I'm the one that took the video? How could he authenticate it as being an actual video if he didn't take it?
He was present for it.
He
Was
testified.
he present for the whole entire video? He didn't testify he was present for the entire video. He didn't testify to making the video, editing the video.
How long's the video?
Yeah, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. He testified he was present at this part when he viewed it. He just testified to that.
Right, so the court will admit it. It will be state's exhibit
15.
15.
Thank you. It'll come up on the screen here.
Witness, Dean Glover is my star witness because he was there. He knows exactly what happened. He was recording the entire time. He knows that the no trespassing sign that they found in the bushes was there. I don't know when it got there, but
And you were present for that? Yeah, correct.
I wasn't aware of that.
You now claim you weren't aware, but you didn't correct him on camera, right?
I wasn't listening to him. Like, I was around him, but I wasn't listening to what he was saying. Like,
Okay, so your claim now is that you didn't see the no trespassing sign despite the fact Mr. Reyes said you did. That's, yes or no?
Objection, that's not what the video said.
Well,
The
the
video
video-
doesn't say that, excuse me, the video doesn't say that he saw the sign. The video says that it's me saying that he knew the sign, he knows the sign was in the bushes. That's not saying that he saw the sign. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I understand that the question now is it your testimony that? So he's not asking about what was said on the video or what it meant. And you'll have a further opportunity to ask questions as well. So if you could have the question, I'm sorry, again.
Thank you. Is your testimony now that you did not see the sign?
can you re-say that?
Sure. Is it your testimony now that you never saw the no trespassing sign?
I never saw it.
Okay. Did you see the private driveway sign, private road sign?
No,
You never saw that sign either?
no.
You're claiming you saw some sign that said two-way street or something like that?
There was a sign, but it wasn't indicating no trespassing or a private road.
That's not my question. Oh, it didn't say private road.
There wasn't a sign that said private
You said private road, right? Okay. Do you recognize what that shows, State's Exhibit 5, Mr. Glover?
I see the sign.
Okay, do you recognize that to be the driveway you went up and passed with Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Okay. And you indicated it didn't say private road. Show me State's Exhibit 6. You seem to indicate it says private road, sir?
Yes.
So it did say private road.
Yes.
And you saw that day?
I don't recall.
Okay. You mentioned on direct that you saw some sign that said two-way street.
Yeah, there was some sign there.
Okay.
I just don't know what the sign is.
Do you have any pictures of that?
No.
No further questions.
Mr. Glover, on July 11th, 2025, when you arrived at Mr. Fahey's residence, did you see any signs that would indicate to you that you couldn't go onto the property?
No.
Objection, relevance.
You said no.
No.
Did you watch the body camera footage after?
Objection beyond the scope.
Right, so there was no cross-examination regarding the body cam.
Understood.
Actually, it's sustained.
The two-way sign that you said you saw, could that be the sign, is that the sign that the state's attorney showed you?
No.
So just to make it clear, you did not see any no trespassing sign or any private property sign while you were there on July 11th, 2025?
No.
Thank you.
Despite what Mr. Reyes said in the video after court.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
Hold on, sir. You have the question.
Despite what Mr. Reyes said on the video while you were present after court on June 9th of this year, correct?
Can you restate that question?
Sure. You didn't see any sign despite the fact what Mr. Reyes said on video with you present after court on June 9th of this year, correct?
No.
Nothing.
Judge, can I ask one more question? Mr. Glover, did you heard what was said in that video that the state entered in as evidence, correct?
Yes.
Did I say that you saw the sign that day?
Objection. Video speaks for itself.
So you're asking this witness what you say in the video?
Yeah, I'm asking him because the prosecutor is saying that I said something I didn't say.
We can play the video again, it's a full exhibit. If you believe that the question incorrectly states what you're saying in the video.
No, nothing further. You were the first responding officer on the scene that day, correct? On July 11th, 2025?
Yes.
You wrote a police report on that day?
Yes.
Everything in that report was within your personal knowledge?
Yes.
Did you have your body worn camera operating?
Yes.
That's it. Officer Urbanski, you're the officer that located the sign, correct?
Objection. Just clarity on this.
Officer Urbanski, you're the officer that located the no trespassing private property sign, correct?
Yes.
Where was it when you found it?
It was on the ground near the tree.
Would you say it was in the brush?
Yeah. Yes.
Was it conspicuously posted?
Objection.
Was it posted?
No.
It was facing the sky, correct?
Yes.
Do you recall how many times you walked down the driveway when you first arrived? Or during the entire, excuse me, do you recall how many times you walked up and down Mr. Fahey's driveway that day on July 11, 2025?
No.
Was it more than once?
Yes.
More than twice?
I don't know.
If I showed you a video, your body worn camera would remind you how many times you walked up and down the driveway?
Yes.
Multiple times though, right? When you first walked down the driveway, did you notice the no trespassing sign, the private property no trespassing sign?
No.
You knew this was a trespassing incident, correct?
Yes.
So were you looking for a no trespassing sign?
No. Or when I got there?
Yes.
No.
You're a trained police officer, correct?
Yes.
What kind of training did you get?
6 months at the academy.
Is observation part of that training?
Yeah.
Your report indicates that you observed it while walking backwards.
Well,
towards the direction.
objection. That's the improper way to put in parts of a report. There's been no impeachment yet. There's been nothing, just reading from the document that's not in evidence, and nor should it be in evidence at this point. If I apologize for the statement.
So, I understand the basis of your question is from the report, but you're asking this witness about what he did and saw that day, so maybe you can rephrase your question so it's not repeated. Here's
Of course, Judge. No problem. Thank you. When did you see the sign? Were you walking back towards the property?
What
Away from the property? The no trespassing sign?
When I was walking back up,
Back up?
or back up to the driveway after speaking with Mr. Fahey.
I'm confused. Were you walking towards the road or towards the property?
Towards the road.
Towards the road. Were you looking for it when you were walking towards the road?
Yes.
Why?
I believe Mr. Fahey's wife had pointed me in the direction, saying that there is a sign up there.
A sign you didn't see when you first walked up?
No. I already said
Or
no.
a subsequent time you walked?
I'm sorry, say that
Or
again.
any of the subsequent times that you walked?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
So you walked up the driveway, you testified you walked up the driveway at least 2 times, right?
Okay.
So both times you walked up the driveway, you didn't see the sign, correct?
I recall when I walked up the driveway, one of the times that I was told that the sign was there and I located the sign.
You walked up the driveway at least 2 times. In those 2 times, did you see the sign?
I must have.
So your testimony now is that you saw it while you were walking towards the house?
No, I saw the sign when I was walking towards the road.
Right, but you testified that you walked up the driveway at least 2 times, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm asking you, the 2 times you walked up the driveway towards the residence, did you notice the sign? No trespassing is on private property.
I don't know specifically what you're asking.
I guess I'll just keep asking the same question. You walked up the driveway 2 times. You testified that you saw the no trespassing sign, private property sign, when you were walking back towards the road. I'm asking you, in the 2 times you walked up the driveway towards Mr. Fahey's residence, you testified you did it at least 2 times. I'm asking you, in those 2 times at least, did you ever see the sign?
No.
Okay, thank you. About how far away was it from the driveway? The private, excuse me, I'm so sorry. The private property sign, no trespassing, that you found, how far away was it from the driveway?
10 feet-ish?
10 feet. How big was the sign?
About the size of a piece of paper.
Do you think the sign, do you think the sign was clearly visible from the road?
Objection. Relevant.
Whether it was clearly visible from the road?
To this officer. This officer's, whether it was clearly visible to this officer or not, his opinion on that is irrelevant.
Right. You put in his report that it's clearly visible on closer inspection.
Well, I think,
I would draw.
so then the question is whether or not the no trespassing sign was clearly visible from,
My question is, if it was clearly visible from the driver, from the driver.
Yes,
But yet you didn't see it 2 times that you passed it, correct?
I was directed kind of in the area, or to look in a certain area. And upon further, review, I could see it clearly.
So your testimony is that it was clearly visible,
Objection, this is direct, he doesn't get to cross.
but he's an adverse witness.
Well,
He's a police officer.
So, that doesn't make him adverse. He called him, there's no indication of any hostility, and he's asking questions. He needs to follow the rules of evidence and ask direct questions, not leading.
all right, can you rephrase your question, sir?
Judge, I would like the witness to be on the Connecticut Code of Evidence 6-8 to permit examination by leading questions. This witness is a sworn officer of the Groton Town Police Department. He was the first officer on the scene. He arrested me. He's the author of the supplemental report on which the prosecution relies. He's a witness identified with the adverse party, and I ask that leave to examine him as an adverse witness.
There's been absolutely no showing that he's adverse or hostile. Just because he'd like to cross him, that's not how this works.
The court doesn't have a sufficient basis at this point to consider him adverse, which isn't to say the questions can't be direct, as opposed to suggestive of an answer. Proceed that way.
Did you, so your testimony, so you didn't see the sign until you got closer? Was the sign recently affixed to a tree?
Yeah. How could you know that?
I mean, Judge, in his sworn police report, he says, in his own words, that he admitted he signed it, he sworn to it, he says, the sign appeared to be originally affixed to a nearby tree, but has since fallen and was lying face up on the ground.
Well, originally affixed and recently affixed are 2 different things. Again, he's reading from a document, not an evidence. I know for argument purposes, not for questioning. But the question that was asked, was it recently affixed? There's no way an officer could give that opinion. I mean, if he wants to ask him if he knows if it was recently affixed, he can say yes or no. But to ask him that question, it's different than what he just read in the report, which is it was originally affixed. Those are 2 different words.
Judge, he goes on to say in the police report, the sign was not covered with leaves or grass, and it appeared that it had fallen recently.
So, sir, why don't you ask from a foundational perspective? I mean, you can ask him what he knows, what he saw, how he knows what he knows, without asking him to speculate about it.
Did the sign fall recently?
Objection, calls for speculation.
Unless there's some basis upon which he should know that.
He wrote it in his report that it fell recently, Judge.
So he hasn't testified today that it fell recently. And the court is permitting you to refer to the report in terms of your argument. The report's not evidence. It is his out-of-court statement that's not being offered for substantive impeachment purposes. So you can ask him questions about what he knows and what he saw on that day, his experience. But citing to the court in terms of argument what he wrote in his report is not an evidentiary basis about why it's admissible.
Understood, Judge. You said you were trained at the police academy. Were you trained on evidence handling?
I don't recall.
Did you do anything to manipulate the sign, the no trespassing private property sign, from where you originally located it?
Yes, when I located it, I picked up the sign and I placed it where I placed it, like right next to the road, or right next to the driveway.
How close? How far did you move it?
I can't speak to exact feet. I said it was probably 10 feet off the road, so maybe 5 or 6 feet, or driveway.
Did you place it at the driveway?
I believe I placed it right next to the driveway.
Why did you do that? Mr. Fahey's wife pointed me in the direction, said there's a no trespassing sign there. So I picked up the sign, put it down, let my sergeant know that, hey, there's a sign. So there is a sign here. I understand, officer. You didn't answer the question. I asked you, why did you move the sign? I know that you moved it. Court knows that you moved it. Why did you do it? Why did you move the sign?
I don't know, because I did. In fact, I saw it in the brush, I picked it up, put it down.
And you later, did you take any pictures of the sign?
Oh, like in my evidence? Like on my, I don't think, no, I didn't.
Did you take a picture with the sign?
What do you mean with the sign?
Did you take a picture with the sign? You took a picture with the sign.
I don't recall taking any pictures on scene.
Did you see any other signs that day?
Yes,
What were they?
private road signs.
Did they say anything else?
I don't recall, I just remember them being yellow.
Do you recall if they said anything that said do not enter, or keep out?
I just remember they said private road.
How many signs were there?
At least 2.
Do you remember what side of the driveway they were on?
Both of the signs? Or one of the signs?
Whatever side of the driveway they were on.
The left side, walking in.
How far from the private road sign would you estimate did you find the no trespassing sign?
Well, may I just ask for clarification? There was an indication that there were multiple private road signs by this witness. So I'm just trying to clarify which sign we're talking about in terms of distance for the no trespassing.
I'll clarify. The first sign, how far was it, in your estimation, from the no trespassing sign?
Estimate 15 to 20 feet.
Did you discuss the sign with anyone?
That should be a yes or no answer, please, Judge. Otherwise, I'll object.
Yes. Yes.
Who did you discuss it with?
Well, Mr. Fahey's wife. And then I think Sergeant Dart.
Were you the first officer on scene, first law enforcement officer on scene to find the sign?
Well, objection if he knows.
What? Were you the first officer on the scene to find the no trespassing sign?
I don't know. Oh, sorry.
That's going to take us to our lunch recess. So I'm going to stand recess.
All right.
That to be true. I just wanted to bring that on the record to court attention because somebody had brought that up to me that he's moving his hands a lot and when he's answering questions and he's looking towards him. So just wanted to put that on the record. That's not acceptable.
Well, I understand it's not acceptable. It didn't happen. And to even be accused of that, I'd like to talk to the person who said I did. It didn't happen. Judge, I'm an officer of the court. This court, I've appeared before this court before. It simply did not happen. I might have done a better job if I was actually doing that, but I didn't do that, Judge. It didn't happen. So to even suggest that without Mr. Reyes observing something that he thinks I did wrong, It's just simply disingenuous.
The court will note as well that it has not observed anything kind of signaling or other kind of suggested conduct, so.
Thank you, Judge. You already testified that you had seen the no trespass, you had not seen the no trespassing sign when you initially walked up the driveway, correct?
Yes.
Did you see the no trespassing sign when you were leaving the residence?
I don't recall.
Are you aware that one of your colleagues, Officer Romensky, moved the sign from its original place?
Yes.
And yet you still didn't see it?
I just don't remember.
Do you have any personal relationships with the Faheys?
No.
You don't know any of the Faheys?
I know of them now, but not prior.
So you didn't go to school with,
Oh, not a professional, like a personal relation. I did, we worked in the same building, yes.
so you knew it?
Yes, sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, who's him?
Who did you know?
The son,
What's his name?
Colin.
How long did you know him?
I worked in the school for about a year and a half, and I knew he worked there. We never had much conversation.
Did you know Sergeant Fahey before this incident?
No.
Former Sergeant Fahey. And you said you testified that you did 6 months in the police academy, correct?
Yes.
Did you learn how to write reports in the police academy?
Yes.
Were you taught to be objective or subjective in your reports?
I don't know specifically what I was taught.
Do you know the definition of objective?
Yes.
Do you know the definition of subjective?
Yes. I don't think we were taught either, just document everything you see.
Did you tell Mr. Fahey that while you were conducting your investigation, did you tell Mr. Fahey that you thought he handled it perfectly?
Objection here, sir.
Sir,
She said it.
so the objection is that it is hearsay, it's an out-of-court statement on the truth of the matter.
It's for body, it shows body, it's for body.
So the objection isn't relevance, it's why it is or is not hearsay.
Okay, withdraw.
Can you withdraw?
Did you write the report? Did you take a statement from former Sergeant Fahey?
Yes,
Did you write it yourself or did he write it?
I wrote it.
Is that typical?
Yes.
Did you make any suggestions to Mr. Fahey on how to write the report?
Objection relevance.
Ayes.
I'm not sure I understand what's the offer, whether this officer gave any advice to Sergeant Fahey regarding writing the report. What does that have to do with the trespass claim in this case?
It just shows a biased investigation, Judge. That's what this is.
I don't see the connection. The court will sustain the objection.
Did you ask him? Withdraw. I don't know if you answered this already. How many private road, dead end, no turnaround signs were there on the property?
I saw two.
You saw two? And they were on the left side of the property?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
This officer is released from the subpoena, sir?
Yes.
Thank you, officer.
Thank you.
Judge, the defense calls Kimberly Fahey.
raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear, solemnly sincerely affirm, as the case may be, that the evidence you shall give regarding this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
I do.
Please state your name and your address for the record.
Ask for just town of residence. I mean, it's sort of public knowledge anyways, but just to be correct.
Sure. Town residence is sufficient.
My name's Kimberly Fahey, and I live in Mystic, Connecticut.
Mrs. Fahey, were you at your residence on July 11, 2025?
Yes,
When this incident began, where were you?
in the kitchen.
You were not outside?
No,
Did you see me walk up the driveway?
no,
Did you see me at the front door?
no.
Do you know if any no trespassing signs were clearly posted?
I know we had a no trespassing sign.
Right. So my question is, on July 11, 2025, at approximately 4 p.m., when the incident took place, do you know if a no trespassing private property sign was posted clearly?
All I know is that there had been a sign posted.
When was the last time you saw it posted?
I couldn't tell you, I drive in and out of that driveway. I don't know.
The private road, dead end, no turnaround signs. Who owns those signs?
Who owns them?
Who purchased them?
Our neighbor purchased them.
Your neighbor purchased them?
Yeah, they asked us permission to put them up.
Okay. Do you know if I went to your neighbor's house that day?
No, I don't know if you did.
Why did, you said that they asked you for permission?
Yes.
Did they give you a reason on why?
Why they asked us for permission?
Why they wanted to put the signs up?
Well, we've lived there for 17 years, and in that time period, we've both purchased no trespassing signs for that area. So,
I'm sorry. Let you finish. I'm asking particularly not about the no trespassing sign. I'm asking about the private road, dead end, no turnaround sign.
do I know why they asked? No.
You have no idea? Okay. Do you know how long they've been there?
Those signs?
The private road.
I don't know.
Are visitors allowed at your house, Mrs. Fahey?
Visitors? We have people over our house, yes.
What about visitors that you didn't invite?
Objection, relevance, Judge. The issue here is whether he trespassed.
Judge, I'm just trying to get to the understanding of, because honestly, this whole trial feels bizarre to me. I'm trying to understand I'm trying to get to the point if everyday people knock on her door, regardless of what signs are posted, if that it's a normal occurrence for her.
Doesn't matter if it's a normal occurrence or not, Judge. Maybe they're trespassing too, but it doesn't matter.
So why is that relevant, sir?
I think it's relevant because it shows that those signs weren't intended to stop anybody from coming up the driveway.
So your question is whether or not they have uninvited visitors that come up on a regular basis. You can answer that, ma'am.
The answer to that is no.
Since it's no, has like any salesman ever come to your door?
No, actually.
Never? Did you ever communicate to me that there was a sign there?
I don't think I've ever communicated to you.
Did you tell anybody else that you had posted signs that day?
Objection, hearsay, and there's no legal requirement to tell anyone you have posted signs. That would be bizarre.
I'm just asking if she told maybe 911 or the officers that there was posted.
That wasn't the question. I would draw the objection as to whether she told 911, if that's the question.
Okay. I'll rephrase the question. Did you tell any officers or 911, law enforcement officers or 911 that the no trespassing sign was posted?
Yes, I told 911.
But you don't know if it was or not?
Well, no, because I was in my house and it always has been posted. So when I called them, I just told them what I've always known.
Always has been posted, but you don't know for how long?
The no trespassing on the tree, that no trespassing sign?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's been there years. I mean, that's been there, I don't know the exact date, but it goes back years that's been posted there.
Like more than 5 years?
Yes.
More than 10 years?
I don't know if it's more than 10 years.
How did you affix it to did you affix
No.
the sign to the, did you post the sign?
Personally, no.
Do you recall how it was posted?
No.
So you don't know if it was posted on a tree?
It's on a tree. No, it's on a tree.
Okay. And you purchased that, not your neighbor? Sorry if you answered that.
Right. My husband purchased it. I personally didn't purchase it. We purchased it, yes.
Do you have any other no trespassing signs on your property?
No.
That's the only one that's on the property?
May I inquire then or now? Just a time frame. That's all.
Well, okay. Then, at the date of this incident, were there more than one no trespassing private property signs?
We had the sign on the tree and the 2 signs that flank the driveway.
But those signs didn't say private property, no trespassing.
No, they don't say that. What
about as your property sits today? Do you have additional no trespassing signs?
Why is that relevant, sir?
Because if it wasn't properly posted on the day, maybe they put it up, maybe they put up more to make sure that it was properly posted.
So the court's going to sustain that objection.
Do you have any other signage besides a no trespassing private property sign? And do you have any other signage besides the private road, dead end, no turnaround, and the no trespassing private property sign?
No, there's, then or now?
No, then.
Then we had 3 signs, 1 on the tree, 2 that went on the side of the driveway.
And the 2 that were on the side of the driveway were purchased by your neighbor?
Well, they had to ask our permission because it's our property.
Right, but they purchased them, they're the owners of those signs.
I mean, they purchased them, yes.
Which means they own it, right?
I guess, yeah.
No further questions for Mrs. Fahey?
May I just get some judges? Yes. Good afternoon, Mrs. Fahey.
Good afternoon.
Okay, show you what's in our state's exhibit 1 up on the big screen. Let me just see if it's focused. Hold on, it's not. Do you recognize what that shows?
Yes,
What do you recognize that to show?
my house.
Okay, and does it also show your neighbor's house?
It does.
Does it show the shared driveway, or the driveway that leads from the circle up to your house and the neighbor's house?
It does.
Right. Who owns that driveway? The cement portion of the driveway?
Everything that's paved, we
Yes.
own.
Okay. And then an easement is granted to
Our neighbor.
the neighbors to use your driveway?
Yes.
Where those signs were posted, let me do this in sequence. Showing you State's Exhibit 5. First of all, you recognize that sign that's shown there?
Yes.
All right. And showing you State's Exhibit 6. That sign is a close-up of the previous sign?
Yes.
Okay. And that is on your property?
Yes.
All right. The Fahey property?
Yes.
All right. And the easement of using the driveway is granted by legal document to the neighbor. But otherwise, that driveway is yours.
Yes.
Now, continuing down the driveway, If you know, approximately how many feet, give or take, was the tree that the no trespassing sign was posted on from this sign?
Oh, gosh. I'm guessing, less than 10, I would think.
Okay. There appears to be a bare spot in State's Exhibit 6, where there's someone walking. Do you see that?
Yes,
Is that approximately the location where the tree was
yes,
with the no trespassing sign?
yes,
That close to the private road sign?
yes.
Showing you now State's Exhibit 10, do you recognize that part of the driveway?
Yes,
All right. And who owns that part of the driveway?
we do.
So where that sign is, by your own testimony, you don't own it.
I'd have to get my thought, but yes, that is the corner of the end of our, that's the corner of the end of our driveway, or the end of our property in that corner.
The paved road, the paved driveway. That's what you said earlier.
No, I did, I said that.
So therefore it was passed. My question is, the sign is clearly passed, right?
It is,
So you don't know for sure without, you said you need to look at survey, right? You wouldn't know, do you know for sure if that property where that sign is located, is that your property? Can you sit here and say that for sure?
yes, I can say that for sure.
Why didn't you put any signs on the right side of the driveway?
Objection relative.
You said with agreement to put the signs up. I'm just asking if she wanted to put, why she didn't want to put up more signs to indicate to people that are going to her house.
It's not relevant to any legal issues in this case.
Withdrawn. So in fact, you do own past the paved driveway, right?
Slightly past, yes.
Do you know how many feet?
No, not as I say here right now, no.
Do you own the property to the left of the driveway?
Yes,
Do you know how far, how many feet?
no,
Can't estimate.
yeah, it's past where we own more than what's cut. Where the grass is cut and then there's brush, we own into the brush.
But you don't know how far into the brush.
No,
No further questions.
State's Exhibit 11, your indication is, based on looking at that photograph, that that sign is in fact also on your property, which contains the grassy area to the left,
yes,
and you said it extends into the brush some distance.
yes.
Nothing further.
Just one last question. You can't tell me how much more, you can't tell this court how much more of that property is yours going vertically?
No, I wouldn't be able to say.
Okay. No further questions?
Nothing further.
Thank you.
Judge, the defense would like to call.
Nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury. Please state your name and town of residence.
Mr. Fahey, who purchased the private road no trespassing signs that are on your driveway?
Purchased them? My neighbor.
On July 11th, 2025, how many signs were posted on your property?
Two.
Two signs?
I believe so, yes.
And those signs said what?
One is a private driveway sign, and I'm 90% sure there was no trespassing sign posted on a tree.
90% sure?
Yes, sir.
Let me understand, because there there's 3 signs, so is the 3rd sign not on your property?
Only 2 are on my property.
Only 2 are on your property.
Correct.
You own the property that's paved.
I own the property that's paved, I own the grass on the other side, I own the grass on both sides.
But it would be fair to say that you own the property up until when the pavement stops?
Correct.
Do you have any signs on your property to the right of the driveway?
Objection, relevance again.
Cool.
I don't need signs to the right, I have them to the left.
You told the law enforcement, did you tell the law enforcement officers anything about the no trespassing sign?
Objection, hearsay. Or if it's yes or no, then I have no objection, but the next question, I'll object.
It's yes or no, you can answer yes or no.
It's an I don't know. I apologize. I don't recall.
If you looked at your sworn statement, would that refresh your memory?
Sure.
May I approach?
Maybe we can pass.
Yeah, sure.
It's probably better. I don't want to get hurt.
Objection. I'd ask that extra commentary, like I might get hurt if I approach the witness, stop.
Well, I mean, that's the whole reason why.
Well, Steve, Judge,
It's not the reason we're here today. So we'll just keep it to the questions and legal issues if we can.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Fahey, if you could review the document in the way it's already finished doing so.
Don't say anything about signs.
Thank you.
Not that I saw.
So on July 11, 2025, did you know if the no trespassing private property white sign withdrawn? Who purchased the private property no trespassing sign?
I purchased them before. I believe I purchased the one that was on the tree.
Did you install it onto the tree?
No, my neighbor installed it on the tree.
Your neighbor. Do you know how he's installed it on the tree?
I don't.
When was the last time you saw that was posted?
This morning when I left the house.
What morning?
Today. You asked me the last time that I saw it was posted. I saw it this morning. It was posted this morning.
Understood. Before July 11, 2025, when was the last time you saw it posted?
I can't recall.
Did you ever tell me I wasn't invited to your property?
Objection, hearsay. Well, I would drop it.
Did I ever tell you you were not invited to my property?
That's correct.
You're a convicted felon. You shouldn't be on my property.
That's not the question.
You're a convicted felon. You have no right to be on my property.
Judge, I would ask you to instruct him to answer the question.
I just answered it. You're a convicted felon. You have no right to be on my property.
Sir, the question is, if I can repeat the question. And I'm not on trial here.
You are on trial. I'm not on trial yet. Thank you.
But not for that. So did you ever tell me that I wasn't invited to your property?
You're a convicted felon. No, I don't believe I ever told a convicted felon that you're not allowed on my property. You're a convicted felon. You're not supposed to be on my property.
Mr. Fahey, can you control yourself once in your life, please?
Well, objection, Judge.
Mr. Reyes, next question.
Who's allowed on your property?
Well, objection. Irrelevant to this.
Withdraw. What do the signs say? I don't know if I asked this already. What do the signs say?
I already answered the question.
The small signs, you answered that question already?
I did.
In your view, does that apply to vehicles?
Does what apply to me?
The sign?
The no trespassing sign?
No.
The private road sign?
Private road, dead end, no turn sign.
It applies to everybody who's not allowed on my property.
So what is, you were in agreement, you allowed your neighbor to post those signs, correct?
He asked me if he could post them and I said yes.
And what was your understanding of why the sign was being published?
Because we didn't want trespassers on our property.
Wouldn't it have been smarter to get a no trespassing sign?
Objection.
We did. There's one posted on the street.
Sir, there's an objection.
Objection argumentative, smarter or not.
You reserve the questions.
Wouldn't it have been more clear to have a no trespassing sign?
There is no trespassing. There is a no trespassing sign posted on the tree.
Now,
Then,
you testified, you know that.
90% sure.
What makes you 90% sure?
Because I'm not 100% sure. Because I can't say that I saw it that day.
And you can't say that you saw it at all.
It's like that I'm 90% sure it was posted on the tree that day. Confidence in it.
When was the last time you saw the sign before that?
Maybe the day before, I don't recall.
Do you have any disciplinary history as a law enforcement officer?
Objection.
Goes to the weight of his testimony.
Sustained.
Have you ever lied before in a sworn report?
Never. Have you?
You're not asking the questions here, Mr. Fahey. I would ask that you just answer.
It's all right. No questions if you would sit down.
Thank you.
Were you arrested as a result of this incident?
What?
What were you arrested for?
Objection relevant.
He just testified he was arrested at the same day of this incident.
I wasn't arrested the same day.
For that incident, and I think it goes to the weight of his credibility. To what he's testifying to today.
As to the legal issue of criminal trespass, it has nothing to do.
Whether he was arrested that day is, as an evidentiary matter, not sufficient to support a claim that it affects his credibility, so of course we sustain the objection.
close with this. I want to make sure I heard you right. You said you have two signs on your property. One of them says no trespassing, private property. The other one says private road, dead end, no turn on, correct?
Maybe we just get a date reference again.
On the date of July 11, 2025.
Thank you.
I have two signs posted on my property. One says no trespassing. If you say that it says what you said, then okay. But I can't recall exactly what it said, so
I thought you said you testified already to what the sign.
I testified to
sign
what
says.
Smaller sign says no trespassing. It's posted on the tree.
Okay, so you have a yellow sign?
Correct.
What does that sign say?
I'm not sure. But if you say that it says no turnaround, then I'll agree with you and say that's what it says.
So you have no idea what that sign says?
It says no trespass. I believe it says private property, and that's all I need to know.
So you believe it says private property, as you said here today?
Private property.
You don't know anything else it says on it?
It says private property.
Because you didn't purchase it, right?
Correct.
No further questions.
I'm sorry, did you say something? I didn't hear you.
Oh, no.
You mouthed something at me, though. You didn't? Okay. Maybe next time.
Just answer the questions, Mr.
There's no question. You mouthed something. I thought you
Gentlemen,
I might ask them both this out.
There's no question pending, so Reyes is completing this examination. Attorney Fahey, you will have an opportunity to ask questions. So that I understand the court is going to recess this matter until the state, I believe the state's anticipated final witness, Mr. Daigle, is available. And is that tomorrow at 2 p.m.?
Yeah, 2:30ish, Judge. He is teaching in Southington apparently, and he said it's about an hour and 20 minutes. I will just need a few minutes to talk to him. I haven't sat down with him at all, but I don't anticipate very long, but I would anticipate about 2:30ish, give or take.
Okay. So it's the court's understanding, at least for present purposes, Mr. Daigle is going to testify. The state's going to rest its case. Mr. Reyes is making one of the motions presented at that time. And if necessary, then Mr. Reyes intends to testify as well after that. Is that everyone's understanding?
Yeah, sure.
That's correct, Judge.
Is there anything else we should take up today before we recess?
No, sir.
Okay.
Very good. And the court will stand in recess until tomorrow.
All rise. It's recess until tomorrow, adjourned for the day.
All right, fellow patriots, so we just finished up day one of the trial. We will have to come back tomorrow for day two, where the state will call their last witness, and I will be testifying on my behalf. I'm excited to testify because I am innocent. I am going to prove my innocence. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you do not miss day two of the trial. It is going to be epic. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Long Island Audit. Peace.